Nollywood has been adjudged as the second biggest producer of films in the world. The foundation for the Nigerian movie industry and cinema was laid by some veterans, some of whom have passed on. Included in that league is Adeyemi Afolayan, popularly referred to as Adelove. 20 years after his demise, a special event was held in Lagos by his family to celebrate his life and times. I was there. Many young people today may not know about Adeyemi Josiah Afolayan, popularly referred to as Adelove. His works and legacies, however, stand solidly as transitional encyclopedia of his contribution to creative arts, the Nigerian movie industry, and cinema. The late legendary actor, singer, producer, and director who started from Yoruba travel theatre to film on celluloid.
I would say categorically that Adelove was the most influential aspect of the old man shifting from the theatre.
He was a big star on stage, but the only difference is that they have to work with a technical director. Like Adelove, he has to work with someone like Ola Balogun, but his right-hand man was Tunde Kelani.
I think it should really be celebrated because these are the not just icons, these are the pioneers, who practically transited, through the arts from theater to television, from television to film.
Back in the day, Adelove was famous for storylines that made even the most frigid people turn lovey-dovey without intending to. His flair for romantic songs, social and political satires, including folk tales and thriller, made his works a must-watch, especially among the Yorubas.
Moji Jacobs, I love you, Moji darling. I need you, Moji darling. I care for you.
His most popular movie, Taxi Driver, is a reflection of his knack for musical interludes, flirtatious romance, escapades, and spine chillers. Although Adelove sleeps at a tomb in his native Agbamu in Kwara State and with his forefathers, his impact still resonates in the country and beyond. His son, award-winning filmmaker Kunle Afolayan, and some of his other children have toe his line in making great movies, acting exceptionally well, and contributing to the growth of the Nigerian movie industry. The many actors and producers Adelove mentored are also prominent names in Nollywood, especially in the Yoruba movies.
He's someone who always help his colleagues, his contemporaries, even those younger. And he's a very blunt and straightforward person.
In fact, I make bold to say that it is one of the reasons why we have a film industry in Nigeria.
20 years after Adelove took a bow, his family organized an event to celebrate his life and times. The celebration was also a platform for his children and grandchildren to share a tip of the iceberg of the artistic lineage of Adeyemi Afolayan. As the late veteran movie maker's grandchildren signed on his displayed posters, their comments were sure proof that they not only know very well their grandfather whom they never met, but have his artistic eyes for details in production.
So he died when your daddy was still little. So how come you know he's a very good director?
Because I watch it on films. He did Taxi Driver, he sang with my grandma.
There were other qualities Adelove possessed that always kept the ladies singing to him in and outside his films.
My dad is a fine guy, very fine. He's stylish. He's too detailed, very detailed, because people of his kind in those days, they either on big tummy. My father took fitness very serious, and it looks a lot sharp. very sharp, and trust me, all girls want to have him.
And 30 years after his demise, one of his works, which was never premiered when he was alive, was viewed at the event to celebrate his achievements. The legacies of Adelove live on. He will never be forgotten.